I want to tell you about a client. This client is a coach and a consultant, successful, established, good at what they do. They came to us because they knew visibility mattered. They knew they needed to build a presence online that matched who they actually were in real life. They signed a year-long contract. They were ready to go. That was 8 months ago. They have not recorded a single episode, not one. And before you assume that this is a production problem or a strategy problem, let me tell you what we did to try and fix it. We simplified the entire setup. No studio, no complicated gear, a cell phone, and a cheap mic that costs less than $100. We told them that they could record anywhere, their office, their car, their kitchen, it didn't matter. We offered live coaching calls to walk them through it all in real time. We offered to travel to them and handle the recording ourselves. We told them we'd take phone calls, the ones we were already having, the ones where they would ramble brilliantly about their ideas and expertise and turn those into content. We removed every single barrier we could find, and they still haven't recorded. My name is Michael Reynolds, and this is Hard Truths. Today we're talking about the real reason founder content never gets made. The reason this client gives us every single time is time. Too busy, schedule is packed, travel is crazy right now, next month will be better. And here's the thing, I believe them when they say that they're busy. I believe that their schedule is full. I believe that running a successful coaching and consulting business takes real time and energy. But I also know this client gets on the phone with us regularly. They talk about their ideas. They talk about their clients. They talk about what's working in their industry and what isn't. They are articulate, knowledgeable, and genuinely interesting to listen to. These phone calls, that's the content. That's exactly what their audience needs to hear. The time isn't the problem. We've already found the time. It's the calls they're already having. Okay, so if it's not time, what is it? Here's what I've come to understand after working with founders for years. When a founder says they don't have time to record, what they're usually saying is one of two things. Either they don't actually believe the content will work for them. They signed up because the idea made sense, but somewhere underneath, they're not convinced that showing up on a podcast or a YouTube channel is going to move the needle in their business. So they keep deprioritizing it because unconsciously, it feels like a nice to have, not a need to have. Or they're scared, not of the recording itself, of what it means to put their ideas out publicly, of being wrong, of being judged, of having their expertise questioned by strangers on the internet. And both of those things are completely understandable, but neither of them is a time problem. And no amount of scheduling solutions or gear simplification is going to fix a belief problem or a fear problem. There's a version of this that's slightly different, but just as common. This is the founder who does record, but never does anything with it, and it never gets posted because it's never quite right. The audio wasn't perfect. They stumbled over a sentence. The lighting was off. They want to reshoot it. They want to review it one more time before it goes live, or they want to wait until they have a better setup. I have seen founders sit on recorded episodes for months, paying for a production service, having the content ready to go, and still finding reasons not to pull the trigger. And I understand the instinct. You've built a reputation, right? You have clients who respect you. The last thing you want is to put something out that makes you look small time. But here's the hard truth about that. Your audience is not watching your content the way you watch your content. You notice every stumble, every imperfect moment, every place where you could have said it better. They don't. They're listening for whether you understand their world. They're deciding whether your ideas are worth their time. They're not frame by frame analyzing your production quality. The version of you that shows up imperfectly and consistently will always build more authority than the version of you that waits for the perfect moment and it never arrives. Always. Because here's what perfect content that never gets posted actually is. It's nothing. It doesn't exist. It cannot build your reputation, attract you clients, or compound over time if it lives on your hard drive. Okay, so let me show you what waiting actually costs, because I don't think that most founders have done this math. Let's take two founders, same industry, same level of expertise, same quality of work. Founder A decides to wait until everything is right, spends the first 3 months dialing in their setup, their format, their positioning, posts their first episode in month 4, continues to refine. 6 months in, they have maybe, 8 episodes live. Founder B decides done is better than perfect, posts their first episode in week 2. It's not great. The audio is decent and they ramble a little bit, but it's out there. They post every week. 6 months in, they have 24 episodes live. They've already figured out what their audience responds to. They've already built watch time and search presence. They've already had people reach out because of something they said 3 months ago. YouTube doesn't reward perfect. YouTube rewards consistent. The algorithm doesn't know your episode took you 4 weeks to finalize. It knows how often you show up. It knows how long people watch. It knows whether you're building momentum or whether you're still standing still. And the compounding effect of consistency is ruthless. 6 months of weekly posting versus 6 months of waiting creates a gap that takes years to close, not months, years. Every week you don't post is a week your competitor does. That's not a motivational line, that's just the math. Now, apply that math to a year-long contract where nothing gets recorded. That client I told you about at the start of this video, they are going to finish their contract in a few months. They will have paid every single month for a year. They will have had every barrier removed, every excuse addressed, every solution offered, and they will have 0 episodes, 0 presence built, 0 authority compounded, 0 content working for them while they sleep. 12 months of opportunity gone. Not because we didn't show up. We showed up every single time because they couldn't get out of their own way. Okay, I want to go one level deeper here because I think this is the conversation most content advice never has. The reason founders don't post isn't really about time. It's not really about gear. It's not really about quality. It's about identity. Most successful founders have built their reputation by being excellent at something specific. They've built years becoming genuinely good at what they do. Their clients trust them, their peers respect them, their reputation is real, and it matters to them. And putting content out into the world means risking what reputation they have publicly. When you record a podcast episode and post it, you're saying, "This is what I think," out loud. That's terrifying when people can disagree with you, where someone who doesn't know your track record can watch it and judge you in 30 seconds, where you can be wrong. That's genuinely uncomfortable for people who have built their entire professional identity on being right and being excellent. So the brain finds reasons not to do it, and those reasons always sound legitimate. Too busy, not ready, need a better setup, need more time to prepare, need to think through the positioning more. But underneath all of it is a simple fear. What if I put myself out there and it doesn't work? What if people don't respond? What if I look smaller online than I am in real life? And here's what I want to say to every founder sitting with that fear right now. The founders who are building real authority online are the ones who aren't afraid of that. They're the ones who posted anyway. They put out the imperfect episode. They said the thing that they weren't sure about. They showed up on camera when they weren't confident that they were ready. And something happened. Their reputation didn't shrink. It grew because now they're visible. Now when someone looks them up before a referral conversation, there's something there. There's proof. There's presence. There's a body of work that says this person shows up, has opinions, and they know what they're talking about. The founders who are invisible online aren't invisible because they're less impressive. They're invisible because they made a decision, probably unconsciously, that protecting their reputation meant not risking it. And that decision is costing them more than they know. Okay, back to that client. I'm not telling their story to shame them, not at all. I'm telling it because I think it's more common than anyone admits. I think there are founders watching this right now who recognize themselves in this. Maybe not to that extreme. Maybe you haven't gone 8 months without recording, but maybe you've gone 2 months or 4. Or maybe you've been almost ready for longer than you want to admit. The hard truth is this: content that doesn't exist can't work for you. Authority that isn't built can't compound. And the time you spend waiting for perfect is time your competitor is spending showing up. If you have episodes recorded right now, post one this week, not next month, this week. If you haven't started yet, record something today. your phone, a cheap microphone, whatever room you are in right now. It does not need to be perfect. It needs to exist because the founders who build real authority online aren't the ones who waited until they were ready. They're the ones who decided that showing up imperfectly was better than not showing up at all. That's the hard truth. I'm Michael Reynolds. We do this every Monday. Subscribe if this hit somewhere real, and if you're a founder who's ready to stop waiting and build a presence that actually matches your reputation, the link is below. See you Thursday.